Welcome back. I'm Evan Thorpe. This is Stephen Ruiz. And today we are previewing and predicting the AFC North. And we're starting with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This team is the most dominant team in this division for the past couple of years. Last year they had 13 wins. Vegas has them at 10.5. Do you see them reaching that 11-win mark or falling to 10?
I'm going to say they reach it just because they don't really have too much competition in this division. There's some solid teams, but we're all expecting those teams to go between like 9-7 and 6-10. So, yeah, I think they win it, even if they have their typical games where they drop a game to a team they should beat, or Ben Roethlisberger gets hurt for a couple games. I still think they get to 11 wins easily.
All right, so the second-place team last year, the Baltimore Ravens, they had 9 wins, but Vegas projects them to be just one game short of that 9-win mark with 8. Do you see them being right there at 8-8 or falling to about 7 or 6 wins?
I think they have the defense where they can get to 10 wins maybe, but you never know what Joe Flacco's going to give you. He's been so inconsistent. Every couple of years he comes up with a season that kind of saves his reputation. That happened in, I think, 2014. Maybe he's motivated this year by them drafting Lamar Jackson where he can have a better year. He definitely has better weapons around him with Michael Crabtree there now. But I'm going to say under. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets hurt, and I don't think Lamar Jackson's ready just yet.
All right, so Ravens fans look for some RG3 play. Next up, we have the team that either is 8-8 or 8-8, but last year they were 7-9. The Cincinnati Bengals, 7 wins last year. Vegas has them right there again with 7 wins. Do you think this team will continue to be just average?
No, I expect them to compete for a wild card spot, so I'm going to go over those 7 wins. They're a better team than they were a year ago. They got a left tackle now, and the offensive line was a big problem for them last year. They have so many weapons around Andy Dalton where he doesn't need to carry the team, which is a problem when Andy Dalton has to carry your team. So this is a solid team. I think Marvin Lewis can get 9 wins out of them and survive another year.
All right, and the last team was one of 2 teams to not win a game. They've won 1 game in the past 2 years. The Cleveland Browns. Vegas has them at 5.5, which would be a success, but do you see them reaching 6 games?
I think Vegas set that number for a reason. This is a tough one to call. This is a 6-10 team on paper. Even after everything they added, they still are very young, and they still have Hugh Jackson coaching the team, and the coaching staff has question marks all over it. So I'm going to go with the under. I'm going to say they win 5 games. They improve enough where you think it's going in the right direction. I mean,
any time you win a game, you improve.
That doesn't take much for the Browns to improve. If they win 5 games, I think it's seen as a success, and Hugh Jackson might get another year.
All right, so let's get into the rapid-fire questions. Who had the best offseason in this division?
I'm just going to say the Browns just because they clearly added the most talent. You add a quarterback who can actually play. You add Jarvis Landry, who gives them a receiver you can at least rely on. He's not really a big play threat. He's not going to be catching balls down the field, but it gives Tyrod Taylor an outlet. And then defensively, you add Denzel Ward. You add Demarius Randall. Yeah, they have so much more talent. That's the best offseason by far.
Who had the worst offseason?
This was tough to pick between the Steelers and the Ravens, but I'm going to go with the Steelers just because they didn't solve the Le'Veon Bell situation at all. I think they had a bad draft. Terrell Edmonds was a reach when they picked him in the first round. I didn't really like the Mason Rudolph pick. I'm not really high on him. And it doesn't, like Ben Roethlisberger said, it doesn't help the team win now.
What coach or coaches are on the hot seat?
I mean, you could say pretty much everyone outside of Mike Tomlin. And even he gets criticism after they lose a playoff game, so you can even throw him on there. But I'm going to just go with Hugh Jackson just because 1-31 speaks for itself.
Rookie to watch in this division?
I don't expect any of these first-round picks to play a whole lot, but if one's going to play and really make a big impact on his team, it's going to be Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson has to play, maybe we see him turn into a Deshaun Watson type where he has that kind of rookie year, and then I think the Ravens just take off because that defense is really good. But if he struggles and has maybe like a Deshaun Kaiser type of year, then the Ravens could win 5 games.
All right. Biggest X factor in this division?
It's the same as every year, the Steelers, whether they can stay healthy or not. This team never seems to be healthy all year. Ben Roethlisberger always misses 2 or 3 games. Le'Veon Bell seems to miss a game or get suspended. If that offense finally stays healthy, it could be the best offense we've seen out of Pittsburgh, and that takes so much pressure off the defense. So I'm going to go with the Steelers' injuries.
All right, so are they the division winners?
Yeah, you got to stick with the Steelers. It's a boring pick. I think the Bengals might jump up and challenge them if the Steelers do suffer some injuries, but if they stay healthy, they're the class of this division.